it's Kristi. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm participating in the Splash of Color Challenge being hosted by Heidi Sonboul from the channel Happily Thriving Heidi and also Megan from the channel Colorful Megan. They have gotten together and asked us to come up with something in our homes where we add in a little splash of color. And y'all know me, if you've been around my channel before, my home is pretty neutral. That was a little thought-provoking for me. I had to figure out what I could do to add a little bit of color, and I've come up with a really fun, easy DIY that I hope you will all enjoy. So I found this idea, I think it was on Pinterest, to make a planter box out of Moroccan tiles. If I can find the link, I'll put it in the description below. I found that and I thought, well, that would be perfect. I can make some Moroccan planters and maybe put them out on my patio and add a little more color to my patio. Or thinking that maybe somewhere in the house I could find a spot for it, but I thought that would be really cool. Well, the problem came around when I went to the store. I went to Lowe's and Home Depot, and can y'all believe it? There were no like brightly colored tiles. I thought surely it would be easy to find colorful tiles. It was not, let me just tell you. If you ever wondered if neutrals are in right now, they are, because I could not find tiles anywhere. So what I ended up doing was I said, okay, well, if I can't find colorful tiles, maybe I can make some colorful tiles. If you want to see how this all came together, stay tuned. I found the white tiles at Home Depot and I believe they were about 86 cents a piece. The colored paper came from Michael's and I believe that was 79 cents a sheet. I'll be able to get 4 pieces for my 6x6 tile out of this one sheet of paper. So what I'm gonna do to start is I'm just gonna trim the edge of this off. Then I'm gonna fold the paper in force and cut it. And now I have 4 pieces that fit pretty much exactly on my tile. And I know I'm gonna be trimming some off, so that's why I wasn't too worried as I was cutting it. I'm not even being exact here. I'm just gonna trim a little bit off of each side until I get the size that I want. That's pretty close. You can see a little bit of white on the top and the bottom. I'm still gonna get a little more off of the sides. That looks about right, so we're good to go. Now I'm gonna do my Mod Podge. I already have a clean tile. I cleaned it very well. I'm just gonna squirt my Mod Podge. I'm just gonna come back and evenly spread this along my tile. I'm trying to get as even as a coat as possible. Anywhere where I have little puddles of Mod Podge, I'm just trying to smooth that out to help reduce the bubbles when I put the paper down. That looks good. So now I'm going to take my paper, just lay it on top, smooth it out, and get it down as good as possible. Make sure you're getting it where you want it. Now we're just going to come back on top with some more Mod Podge. One of the things you have to be careful of with Mod Podge is it bubbles a lot. I'm finding with the big sheets, I'm not having a problem with it, but around the edges a little bit, it's kind of bubbling just slightly. This is just Glad Cling Wrap, and I'm just gonna go around the edges and kind of smooth it out. Anywhere I see bubbles, I'm just gonna smooth them out as good as possible, and I'm just trying to make sure that all the edges are flat. Here is my finished product, and I'm just gonna set it aside to dry and do some more. The Mod Podge on my 4 tiles has dried, so now I'm going to use the Gorilla Glue to attach the tiles to each other to make my planter. Also got some painter's tape, thinking that it might be helpful to use the painter's tape to help secure the pieces as I go. I'm just going to put some Gorilla Glue along the edge. here it is with the first two sides glued together. I let it sit for a little while because I just wanted to see how it would do. I did end up putting some painter's tape on it. This needs to sit longer and really dry. But I'm gonna go ahead and scrape this off of the ends with an X-Acto knife. This piece is actually going to fit inside these other two, so I'm going to put the glue on the end like this. I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit and dry, and then I will come back and take the painter's tape off. All right, so this has been sitting for about 30 minutes. I'm gonna gently try to remove the tape, hopefully without tearing anything. So coming around the corner is the spot where we wanna be really careful. All right, that one went really well. Let's hope the others will too. Okay, great. We were able to get that side off pretty nicely, and I'll come back through with the X-Acto knife in a minute, see about getting that excess glue out of the way. All right, awesome. So we got all the tape off without tearing any paper. So now I just need to take the X-Acto knife and go back in and try to scrape this off. Here's the finished one with the sides all put together, and overall I think it came out pretty good. I might could scrape a little bit more off in places, but I'm okay with it because this is the side that will probably be facing front wherever I put it. So for now I'm gonna go ahead and leave it. And at this point we have two options. We can either leave it as it is with no bottom. If I want to put a live plant in it, I would just have to put something in it, or I could fit some glass vases, other things inside to put my flowers or plants or whatever I want to. Or if I use faux stuff, I could just use a piece of foam or something else and I don't have to worry about it. My other option is to take another tile, and since this one's going to be on the bottom, I'm just going to leave it plain white. And I am gonna go ahead and attach this to the bottom. This way, if I want to, I'll be able to plant in it or whatever. Now you'll see when I put this on the bottom, it is gonna have some gaps, but I will be able to fill in those gaps with the Gorilla Glue. So I'm not too worried about that. So you're just using the same size tile. I'm just gonna glue down two sides, and then I'll come back once that's dry and do the inside of the other pieces and let it fill up those empty spaces. Alright guys, here is the finished product. It's all glued together. You can see the bottom of it here, and this would be the front side where you just have the one tile, or you can do it on this side. And I realize this isn't like really bright colors, but for my home, this is actually very colorful. And I like it because it's still muted colors, yet it has all the pattern, which I don't have a lot of patterns like this in my house. So it really is bringing in a lot of texture and color that I don't already have. Overall, I am loving how this came out. There's a few things I might do differently next time, like maybe try a different glue or something, I don't know. I do like the Gorilla Glue. It seemed to work really well, but at the same time, I had to go back with the X-Acto knife, and I'm not sure I got it exactly like I wanted. I could come in and paint or do something on these edges to maybe finish them off a little bit better. I'll have to think about what I could do. If you have suggestions, let me know in the comments. I did fill in the gaps in the bottom with the Gorilla Glue. I still have a couple spaces I can go in and fill a little bit more, and I think that'll hold it pretty good if I actually would want to put dirt on this and put it outside. I will probably be using this inside for right now, and I am gonna come back and spray this so that it'll be more weatherproof no matter what I decide to do with it. right guys, so I am loving how this turned out. You know, it ended up how I had to figure a few things out along the way to be able to get it done, but overall it was so easy and inexpensive. I will definitely be making more. I have a couple ideas of how I might be able to use this in my house, so I want at least 2 or 3 of them. I think I can put a couple on my kitchen island, maybe even put 3 on my island with some pretty flowers in it. I might be able to use them in the bathroom or on the sofa table, just different ideas of where I might be able to use them inside. Of course I can use them outside, and I'm thinking these would make really nice gifts. I have some ideas, and then I also have ideas for how I can just use tiles that I Mod Podge with the paper like I did these, and not put it together as a planter, but do some other things with them. I will definitely be doing them and sharing them with y'all. And if you have any ideas, just let me know. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Tell me what you think about this project. And also make sure you check out the playlist and head on over and check out Heidi and Megan's channels as well. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and join our community. And as always, give it a thumbs up if you liked it. See you next time, guys. Bye.